Hi everyone, this is Emil from iPhoneophotography.school.com, and in this video I'm going to show you another very interesting iPhone photography workflow using the Mextures app. Now this video is optional in the sense that everything you really need to know about Mextures was already covered in the previous two videos, but I just really like this workflow and I really like the end result, so I thought I would just make another video for those of you who want to see it. So first, let me go tap on the library and open the photo that I want to work with. And that is going to be this beautiful photo with a girl exploring the Turkish caves near Cappadocia. Okay, so I'll just change the composition quickly so that none of that sky at the top right is in. And that is pretty much perfect, I think. So I'm going to tap on crop. And I'll start editing this image in Mextures using the texture packs. And the first thing I want to use here is vintage adjustments at the bottom. And after playing around a bit, I think that this adjustment, which is Okefenoki, looks really good for this image and in fact for a lot of other images. So what I want to do is I want to adjust the blending mode by tapping on the magic wand. I want to just look at the different blending modes until I find something that I like. You see, some blending modes make the image much darker, others make it much lighter, but a few actually look nice, and I think that I like soft light for this. So I'm going to select soft light, tap the OK check mark, and then I'll also look at the opacity values using the opacity slider. And I think something like 60 will look good here. So I'll just tap the screen to hide the controls, and yeah, that's more or less what I was looking for. Okay, so I'm happy with this, and now I'm going to add another layer using the plus icon. I'll select a new pack, and for this I want to go to light leaks. And the reason why I want to do light leaks for this image is that this image already has some sun shining inside the frame. And you can see that half of the girl is actually in the sun, and there's some sun in the rocks. And by adding some light leaks, I can further emphasize this influence of warm light into the scene. So let me just find something that works good for this image. Okay, and I think that sunflower could be really nice here. But I don't really like how it's blended into with the rest of the image, so let me look at blending modes. And from these, I think overlay is the best because it makes the image much warmer, which is exactly the kind of look that I'm going for. So I'm going to tap OK, and I'm going to leave the opacity at 50 because this to me is pretty much perfect already. And now that I'm happy with the second adjustment layer, I'm going to add one more adjustment layer by tapping the plus icon, select new pack, and here I'm going for landscape enhanced adjustments. Okay, so there are a lot of things I could do here, but I have one thing in particular that I think would work really well with this photo, and that is the forestry adjustment. Okay, so what this adjustment does is it kind of makes part of the image a bit cooler. And so we have, at the top left, we have really warm colors coming directly from the sun, and at the bottom right, now thanks to this adjustment, the colors are a little bit cooler. But let me see what we can do with blending modes here. And maybe some of the blending modes will look even better than this. Many of them make the image much too dark. And I think I'm going to select overlay once again, which is pretty much the blending mode that I tend to use most often. So I'll tap OK. And now I'll just adjust the opacity value a bit. And I think something just a bit over 50, like 55, could work well here. Okay, I think this looks really nice. So I'm happy with this. I'm not gonna add any more layers, and I will save my changes to camera roll. So I'll tap the save icon, and now I have to wait for the image to be prepared. And once the image is prepared, I'm gonna save it to photo library. And that concludes this tutorial on Mextures.